President of the Supply Chain Safety and Security Association. Mr. Pang, please.
Okay, good. Let's start in just a second. Yeah. Thank you so much.
The screen. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see them. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I will try my very best before the coffee break. Okay. The coffee going to be running cold. Yeah, I will not keep it cold. Okay, I will keep it hot for you. Okay. Today I'm very honored to representing Supply Chain Safety and Security Association from Hong Kong. Okay, my topic is about cross-border re-export aviation threat, how the industry approach to tackle the situation. Okay, this is me. Okay, 30 years time, witnesses and participating in this supply chain area, from manufacturing to logistic industry and then consulting. Our association establishing in 2002 a group of experts from information security and logistic security. The moment we have to tackle the situation of a lot of new initiative from the supply chain security after the 9/11. Okay, because of that reason, we also act as a role as an NGO between the government and policymaker, and make the industry understand what is the world going on. That's why we're participating and actively in international conferences such as ICAO, WCO, Interpol, etc. Okay. Today's agenda about the challenging what we are facing, particularly in Hong Kong, in Asia, and we did something. And also we find something very interesting. A special bonus of today, I learned a story, a skill from our member. The skill is not opening the box, that they can tell what inside the box, even the counterfeit batteries. Amazing, right? Okay, allow me to share with you the story. Okay, our situation. Okay, we are the world leading airport. Okay, we have a 3 million ton air cargo export annually. Okay, and also our air cargos, we have around 70% is come from another jurisdiction area. Okay, and we have very high consolidation yield. Multi-level consolidator to make that happen. Okay. And also one thing is very special. If you come to Hong Kong, you will find our cargo consolidation is done in town. Okay, you may be able to see them, touch them in the industrial area. Okay, we have over 100 airlines operating with the cargoes, and 1,500 cargo agents, and 100,000 shippers. The challenging is, okay, a lot of shipper, like I mentioned, the goods come from another jurisdictions, trucking to Hong Kong, and then we export by air to the world. That's what we call a cross-border re-export goods. And within a very short time frame, less than 24 hours, and to at least more than one jurisdiction system. Okay. In 2016, when ICAO announced the policy of phasing out the account consignor. This is challenging to the situation to Hong Kong, and how can the Hong Kong to the industry to enhancing the aviation security standard and maintaining the business. That's why 18 months ago, before the people they really get into understand the impact of this phasing out account consignor policy, we conduct a survey with around 100 members from the cargo agents. The result is around 70% of the company, they have plans, sort of plan to enhancing the security based on different standards, like TAPA and AEO. Another 16% of the company, they don't have a solid plan, but they're ready to do something, okay? And also, we asked them, what is the major concern to them regarding to the supply chain security? They told us, mainly, of course, is commercial interests about deception and also bad debt. This is very high concern to them. But we specify to the supply chain security issues. They told us all about the hidden dangerous goods, as well as anti-terrorism attacks and the smuggling issues. Okay, first of all, based on what they told us about their interest to enhancing the supply chain security, in Hong Kong we have the RA program, the Aviation Security Program, which is based on the Annex 17, and then we have the local Aviation Security Program. And for the TAPA is may not be everyone well known here. Allow me to explain a little bit. TAPA is formed around 20 years ago by the high values high-tech companies like Intel, HP, Hitachi. Okay, because the high weight of the cargo is the target of the commercial crime like robbery and hijacking. That's why they have their own standard. It's called FSR, Fixed Security Requirements. And the other one is the AEO mentioned in the survey, and which is initiated by the WCO, the SAFE standard. Okay, the SAFE framework, which is around 10 years ago. And these three standards have something common. It's all a volunteer basis program initiative. But for the RAR, that means is more focusing on the aviation export. And for the AEO, it's more for the custom, okay, concerning to the smuggling and anti-terrorism. For the TAPA, it's totally commercial initiative. And because of these three standards they raise, okay, and we try to see any common area which is helping the industry to enhancing their security and also align with the aviation security matters. We find basically the structure and the style is quite different. That's why we form a group of experts. I have to appreciate our colleagues here, Mr. Green, ACCV validator, and also Mr. Tai, with over 10 years experience in international supply chain security, particularly. He also the board member of from the TAPA, and also Mrs. Zhang. He's a well-known consultant in Hong Kong for 20 years experience in aviation security. And then we sit down together and we analyzing all this complicated structure and style. And then finally we have a conclusion is 6 dimensions. People security, conveyance security, management security, and facility security, as well as operation security and information security. Based on this structure, we analyzing, we try to structure and benchmarking all these 3 standards. And they have the situation like this, okay. And also, we find the complexity of the requirement. You can see relatively, the regulator agents program is simpler than the TAPA, as well as the AEO. And we look inside, also company with that 6 requirement. And when we're looking at these 6 requirements to the daily operation to the cargo agents, actually what they're concerned to those supply chain security related risks, which is also have quite effective to those threats. And that's why we want to promoting one side they can compile with different standards. On the other hand, they can also enhancing the business result. That's our aim. Okay, and the second part of our survey is about industry concern. Like I mentioned before, the industry, they really concerning about the hidden dangerous goods, particularly lithium battery. And the challenging to them is how could they know if the cargo passed through Hong Kong with very short time frame? And they have to find out, is there any misdeclarations right there? And we all know the dangerous goods is under the Annex 18 is a very high concern issues to the world. And now the dangerous goods, some people say, is become not just a safety matters, it's also become a security matters. So people asking us, should I be the superhero having an X-ray eye to see through the cargoes? Yeah. Actually, the answer is do it right the first time rather than check it at the last moment. So I learned from our members, they show us some interesting approach. Is the concept is everything is not equal. Shipper, consignee, shipment, routing, packaging, etc. It all tells you what it was about the shipment. What kind of risk is right there. So they also show us some approach, like I mentioned before, without opening the box. They can tell us these shipment with counterfeit or problematic battery inside the shipment. Quite amazing, huh? How do they do that? Actually, they start from a new when they're having a new client, they will send train the salesman to having a client evaluation. This is what we said. But actually they say it's client's caring program, to visiting the client, to know who are they and what kind of shipment that they're doing. And just like the hotel and airlines loyalty program, each client, they have a portfolio. And based on the portfolio, they already understand the risk profile. At the same time, if the performance of the first few shipment is good, then they were giving them some candies, like free handling shipments, or some terms and conditions even better, okay? At the same time, if the shipment performance is not very nice, the first few shipment, they do the open box or they do the very tedious checking. If some declaration is not that accurate or the people, they have knowledge issues with the shipment declarations, then they will put them in the special area and conducting some checking. This is the who issues. At the same time, when the shipments not arrived yet, they will also ask the client, if possible, allow me to go to the factory, take a look, which likely is cross-border, beyond the jurisdiction. But the commercial side, they can do it. So the salesman or the people, they will go to the factory if they can. Otherwise, they will ask them some pictures of the assembly line. When they look at the pictures of the assembly line of the products, particularly battery, if expert knows, or the trained people will know, the lithium battery never packed in this way. So in the factory level, people start to already know this is not a qualified battery or some problematic issues may be there. So the salesman will talk to the boss. Maybe sometimes the boss doesn't know the matters, the problem, because the very complex supply chain of the battery and also procurement and assembly process right there. So that's why they were having a conversation to try to help the company to identify is it appropriate or not before really pack and go and ship it to Hong Kong, while Hong Kong to the world. Okay. This is a little bit good stories we learn from our members. This is the way how they tackle the commercial crime. I mean, sorry, the commercial threat and also the criminal threats and smuggling, as well as anti-terrorism matters. Get back to the point. Okay. We hope this approach and also adding some favor and the concern from the industry, we enable the compliance matters as well as creating risk-free business to helping them to do better business. That is the whole approach that we are doing. So we tell the industry to see through the cargo or blindfold your eyes is your own choice. Okay, some of our members, they implement the program very successfully, and then they come to us, they say, can we having a more structural approach? And then we spend like 2 years' time to try to structure the whole approach and all the best practice together to form a program. It's called LEADCAT. It's lithium battery certification for air transport. From the name, it's more like to the lithium battery. But the truth is, when the people they caring about the lithium battery, they also look at who is the shipper, who is the consignee. At the same time, they will also understand what kind of product is right there, and also what kind of routing and how to do the whole process. That means besides about lithium battery, smuggling as well as security and safety matter also being taken care. So in conclusion, I would say when we implementing a policy, it's not easy. But business interest is one of the best driver always, because policymakers always need the industry together, hand in hand, to implement it, to make it better. Collaboration and communicating with the industry and also other standards is one of the good approach to them. And industry concern, always a priority to the industry. May not be totally aligned with the policy sometimes, but if we look deep inside, a lot of comments right there, which help us to having a better business today. And that's why I would suggest to let's share our best practice and your best practices to enhancing the safety and security. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, 2 minutes more.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pang. I'd like to emphasize a few words that you said at the end about communication and cooperation, collaboration. Those are the themes that we need to pursue, of course, as we meet these challenges. Yes, we are going for coffee. We'll have a 20-minute or so coffee break because we're not that far away from lunch, so we should be able to manage both of them together. So I'd like to see you back at 11:25 as we resume with session 2. And I'd like to mention as well that coffee break is sponsored by Synapse Technology Corporation. Enjoy the coffee break. See you back in about 20 minutes. Thank you so much.